So I have a question for you.
Yes.
About this show.
Yes.
And about something important.
Uh-huh.
I don't want you to make your freaking maybe face.
Okay.
You know, like your...
Okay. Got it.
That face about this, okay?
Okay.
So, in this upcoming season...
Yeah.
Are we done with Gideon? Damn it. Debatable.
Depends what you mean by done with, I guess.
Is he going to be in any episodes? You and your maybe face. I just realized you do that, so.
Yeah, I listen.
All right, we're starting season 2 finally.
Yay.
Everybody wanted it so badly.
I'm so excited.
I wonder what we're going to find out in this specific episode.
All right, I am so hyped because we're about to watch season 2, episode 1, Scary-oke. It's going to be fun.
Great.
Let's do it.
All right.
Welcome back to another episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction. I am your host, Cailin, and with me is my co-host,
Dara Whitman.
Hi, Dara. How's it going?
It's going.
Good. Well, we are back, and we are back with another season of Gravity Falls.
The last season.
So excited. The second season and the last season, which I say with a heavy heart, because that means we are officially halfway through with the series. Actually, after watching these 2 episodes, we're now more than halfway through the series. So that's, I guess, how the passage of time works, guys.
Yes. Yes, it does.
So we are back with episode 1 of season 2, which is Scary-oke, and then we'll talk about episode 2, Into the Bunker.
Ooh.
So what'd you think?
I'm digging kind of where this show's going so far, because I might be wrong because we're only 2 episodes in, but I kind of thought it was gonna, because last season it was there was the background mystery, but it's very single episode thing, and this kind of feels like it's it's gonna be just an arc season, which I kind of prefer more of.
Right.
And then also I had some thoughts about what we were actually going to discover with Stan and stuff.
Okay.
But I was wrong, so hooray.
I'm Stan, and I was wrong, and we're staying the Stan wrong song. So that's a really good point. I think the mystery has been on the forefront of these episodes as opposed to where it was really in the background in the last season, except for a couple maybe moments, and maybe when it was generous, maybe a couple episodes. So let's get started with Scary-oke, and we're just going to go into a brief synopsis.
30 long years, and it's all led up to this. My greatest achievement. Probably should have worn pants.
I mean...
Whatever makes you comfortable. Aw, he has a picture of them.
Aww.
He does care.
If I finally pull this off, it'll all have been worth it.
What? So it's binary.
Playing it cool.
Haven't you met Dipper?
Yeah.
You already got
Already showed up there.
I mean, that's fine.
An enemy weapon site?
Oregon?
Oregon.
Just as I suspected. Gentlemen, we're going to Gravity Falls.
Took you long enough.
Yeah, really. I feel like the government probably should have intervened a while ago with all the weird stuff that goes in there.
I'm still wondering if it's magic or science. Is it X-Files or... Is there a show similar to X-Files but it's magic and not science?
It's a good question. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Probably.
There has to be. Where it's all magic. Maybe Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but that's not even... If there's a show like X-Files but with magic instead of science, let us know in the comments.
Oh, right.
So this episode, season 2 picks right back up where season 1 ended. So if we remember in the last episode, that's when Gideon, basically did all this stuff. He was in a giant robot. It's fine because he had a deed. He stole the deed to the Mystery Shack. He had the Mystery Shack. He was going to make it into his amusement park or whatever. Didn't really go well. End of the story is that he fails. They take back the shack, and they're able to reopen the Mystery Shack.
Hooray.
We also end with one of the big moments of the last season. The very final moments is when we see Stan go into the basement, and he fires up this machine that we can see is illustrated by combining all 3 of the journals, and he turns that on, and then we come back, and the machine is operating still, but we still don't know what it does. Stan makes a comment, something about he's been waiting 30 years for this, and we kind of hear this a couple times in the next couple episodes. You know, the term 30 years. We don't really know what happened 30 years ago.
Oh wait, the author disappeared 30 years ago.
Yes. And something with Stan happened 30 years ago.
I'm doing Cailin's baby face now.
I'm doing her baby face. We're just going to slowly just put it all together here.
Yeah, but I thought, here's what I thought was going to happen.
Right.
I didn't assume we were going to find out what the mystery was in the first episode.
Yeah.
Because, that's like a end of the road thing you find out. I assumed that. I wasn't like, yeah, let's find out. I thought it was going to be like a thing where he's like, finally, I got it. And then time jump. I thought we were...
Right.
So, and I thought I mean, there was some stuff that was kind of revealed in this episode. Not everything, not even mostly everything. But, something.
Right.
So,
right. And
that was chill.
Yeah. And Stan's like pretty serious about this thing. I mean, he doesn't want anybody to find out about it. He does have it's really nice. He has a picture of Dipper and Mabel like on his desk. So I know he cares about them and he's
But he doesn't want to tell them. But I'm like,
no.
You know that Dipper's into this. Why wouldn't you tell him?
Right. He's really determined that they don't find out what's going on and they don't really figure out any of this. Which is not really good foresight on Stan's part.
I feel like if there's like a legitimate reason, like besides it's dangerous.
Right.
But apparently he's never been around anybody between the ages of 11 and 20, which is if you say don't do this, it makes them want to do it more.
They're going to do it.
They're going to do it.
They're just going to do it.
Like don't eat that pineapple. You're going to eat the pineapple. I don't know why pineapple. It just popped in my head.
Mm-hmm. So it appears this machine takes a lot of power. There's this giant power surge, which doesn't go unnoticed.
It didn't wake up Dipper and Mabel. That was weird.
Yeah.
So there was like a lot of light.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird.
But also weird things happen around them all the time. Maybe they're unfazed by it.
Or maybe they just don't they're not like me who can wake up with like the sense of light.
Like me. That's me because I'm a deep sleeper. But this power surge is picked up by like this government kind of organization, and we have these kind of two agents we see silhouettes of. We'll see them more later, and they say that whatever they're looking for, it's in Gravity Falls. So
Grand reopening of the mystery.
Why? Right. I was about to say, why is the reopening? Oh wait.
We're here to celebrate the defeat of that skunk, Lil Gideon. Boo! Please. Boo harder!
That's fine.
That pork chop
I appreciate Mabel's sweater.
These two scamps.
I do too. It's cute.
It's very cute.
Oh.
Smile for the camera.
That's a cinder block.
Cinder block, Toby.
I just want to be
a part of things.
Smile for a
I say that line all the time.
Everyone say something stupid.
Something stupid.
Aww.
And an amazing karaoke performance by our family band, Love Patrol.
Mr.
Alpha.
Parrot.
I would never agree to that.
Too late, and put your names on the list. It's happening.
Yeah, true.
Buy a ticket, people. You know you don't have anything else going on in your lives.
It's true.
It's true.
She knows me so well.
Journal? Oh, you mean this old thing? It was so boring I couldn't even finish it. You didn't see nothing.
Waddles knows. Oh my god, what if Waddles was like the cat from Captain Marvel?
I gotta go.
Blah!
Weird. So the next day we finally have the Mystery Shack grand reopening. So it's basically this big party once they reclaimed the shack from Gideon, fixed it all up real nice, and reopened it. And so there's just a big thing there. I like the part where Toby determined comes with his cinder block camera, and he responds, "I just want to be a part of things," which is one of those Gravity Falls lines that I say a lot, and nobody ever knows what I'm referencing. So there's going to be, after this reopening, there's going to be a after party at night. It's
Which is not free.
It's not. You do have to pay for it because it's like Stan.
There's only one like really shocking thing that we saw within the next like 5 minutes. So.
Right. Yeah, and so we'll cover that in a second. So Mabel claims and she says they're gonna there's gonna be karaoke there, which is very exciting, and they're gonna have a trio called Love Patrol Alpha between Mabel, Seuss, Stan, and
Dipper was the paranoid. Stan was the old guy. What was Mabel?
I wish I had. Hold on.
The best.
Let's see.
I think Mabel was like the good one. The good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was something. But I knew it was whatever Mabel was the old one and the paranoid one.
Which is like fair. Mm-hmm. So while they're there, Dipper finally asks Stan for his journal back, And Stan kind of digs it up from somewhere and says like, it was too boring. I couldn't even finish it.
He made a copy of it.
He put the whole thing through the copy machine.
But he gave Dipper the copy, correct?
I think he gave Dipper the real one.
Why would he give him the real one? Doesn't he need it for his machine?
No, he just needed the picture in it.
Oh,
But needed the diagram.
But like all the books were out, and you probably couldn't, like, to work the machine, you probably can't use a copy of the picture. You need the actual one.
I think there's the drawing of it. So I think he just needed the drawing. So.
I feel like if you're going to go with like a magical scientific machine thing, you can't use a copy.
But also, wouldn't that make Dipper suspicious if he just gave him back like a copy?
You could have ripped up the cover.
We gotta keep that journal in one piece. It's a good journal. So
it's not even finished.
Or is it?
No, there's blank pages.
Or
the light. But is there lights on the? Okay.
Yeah. No, the blank pages are full of writing. You just can't see them. Yeah.
Do you need a light to see your journal?
Yes. The one I have does have the black light on it.
Oh, really?
So, yes.
Like you need a black light?
You need a black light to see the...
Did you get a black light?
I don't own a black light.
So you can't see it?
I mean, like, not yet. I'm working on it.
But you're aware that they have it in there?
Yeah, it is there.
That seems weird that they want to provide you with a black light.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, considering,
especially because I spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah. Like, you think either, like, they would, like, have it just printed there or they would give you one.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, like...
Right.
Disney.
What are you doing?
Come on, you could have even charged her more.
Come on.
For the black light. She would have bought it.
I would have. Listen, I would have.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm halfway through the summer and still no closer to figuring out the big mysteries of Gravity Falls.
Yeah, we should probably figure those out.
Destroyed the town to get his hands on this job. There's something huge going on right under our noses, and it's time we stop goofing around.
Or like underneath the mystery shack.
Like
might be a machine.
There's nothing left to discover. Half the pages are blank, remember?
I just feel like I'm
but now that Dipper has the journal back, almost losing it made him realize that it is time to actually dive deep into the real mysteries of Gravity Falls.
Yes.
About, because up until now, Dipper has been like, it's this mysterious journal that has cool things in it, but he knows that the author kind of mysteriously vanished, that, it had the number 3 on it, so he knew that there were other journals, but he wasn't never really pursuing that and was ever trying to actually find out what the mystery behind the whole thing was.
Mm-hmm.
So now, Dipper's kind of redirect focus and then spend more time trying to figure out who was the author of these journals and, everything about that.
Wait, what?
Hey, Mr. Pine.
There's free parking at the mystery shack.
That's surprising.
That's surprising.
Wait, what? Government vehicle?
U.S.
Honk if you want to be arrested. That's illegal.
Mystery shack is now closed. Everybody out. I will not hesitate to use the hose on the elderly. Keychains, snow globes, these rare photos of American presidents.
My name is Agent Powers. This is Agent Trigger. We're here to investigate reports of mysterious activity in this town. I was born with a rare disorder that makes me physically incapable of experiencing humor.
That's so sad.
I don't understand that sound you're making with your mouth. Now I feel mystery.
Are you kidding me? I'm investigating the exact same thing. I found this journal in the woods, which has almost all the answers. If we work together, we could crack the case.
If you have evidence of these claims, we should talk.
We can talk right now. Please, come in. I have so much to show you.
This is why you should probably tell Dipper
Overactive imagination and like
stuff.
Sweating problem.
Zing!
Paranormal town stuff is just part of gift shop lore.
Wait, we have so much to talk about.
This is why Sam
Hold
should
it,
tell
kiddo.
Dipper.
Trust me,
And
the
then-
last thing you want around during a party is cops. I'm confiscating that card. Flirt with a girl or steal a pie off a windowsill.
Uncle Stan, you don't understand.
And don't go talking to those agents.
That could have been.
Well, now
my
he's gonna go do it.
Bro, maybe Uncle Stan is right. We're throwing a party tonight. Can't you go one night without searching for aliens or raising the dead or whatever?
I'm not gonna.
Or
raise
gnomes.
The dead.
I say
yeah.
Carrie, you say Okie. Carrie. I could do this all day.
Soon we see the arrival of the government figures we see as they pull up in the parking lot, which says free parking on it.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
We would assume that Stan would definitely charge parking.
Like, I'm just like, wait, Stan, what?
It's a missed opportunity, Stan.
That was odd. That was like that was one of the odder things in this episode. Free parking at the Mystery Shack.
Free parking. So we see the arrival of these government agent characters. We have Agent Powers and Agent Trigger. I'm not sure if you noticed, Agent Powers is voiced by Nick Offerman.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Agent Trigger is voiced by Brad Abril. I don't know him. I don't think. He probably does some voice work. He's like a voice. He's like a voice guy.
He's a voice dude.
He's a voice guy.
But Nick Offerman, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess, like, for some reason, like, it's, like, I'm not saying, like, Nick Offerman has, like, a generic voice, but it's, like, a very, like, manly, like, standard voice.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes, like, you're unsure, considering, like, this show's kind of niche. Like, can they actually, like, get, like, big people? So I'm just like...
It's still just a decent size for what it was. I mean, they have some, half decent people on the cast.
I do remember, wasn't like the third episode they got, Coolio and Larry King.
It's true. That was very funny. So these agents show up and they're kind of questioning around, and Stan is very nervous. Like, he actually sends people out of the shack, which he wouldn't. He usually doesn't close the gift shop. But he's very nervous because he knows that they're probably looking for something.
He's going to use hoses on the old people. He's not afraid to.
Yeah, I know. You just gotta hose those old people.
That sounded
so the
wrong.
agent. Absolutely. So the agents are looking for, suspicious activity. They're looking for strange goings-ons. And Dipper hears this, and he thinks that it's his opportunity to be like, Gravity Falls, strange things. I know all about that. Because Dipper is he just wants, I think, just people to converse with, to talk with him about this. Because here's the thing, Dipper doesn't have a lot of friends.
I'm thinking there's, I just thought about this. There's probably another town.
Right.
That I literally don't remember the name of that he probably finds some friends in. No. It's like another town where there's weird shit that happens.
There's a lot of towns with weird things happening.
Like with some monsters in a different dimension.
Indiana. So
that word is? I forgot.
Indiana. Yep. That's kind of
I gotta finish. I've only seen season 1. I gotta finish it.
Really? I binged season 3 in one day.
Was it good?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
We didn't even say the show.
I just really enjoy... No, figure it out for yourself. Stranger Things. So...
I like season 1 a lot because I remember I was texting you when I was watching season 1.
No.
And then I just kept forgetting to finish it.
Yeah. No, I literally watched 8 episodes all in a row.
Is there only going to be one more season?
Yeah. I think that's what they said. Which is fine. But
that's fine.
Anyway, this Stranger Things. Gravity Falls.
We recommend Gravity Falls.
Go watch, if you like Gravity Falls, go watch Stranger Things.
Oh my god, what if the guys from Stranger Things and Alice Church made another show?
Oh, that'd be fun. Somebody's blending upstairs. I'm not sure if you can hear it. I can hear the blender. But Dipper is so excited to exchange this information. And what I think is really interesting is that these agents take him seriously, because usually we're used to people in this town writing him off, like especially like the cops with the thing and everything. Because Dipper's just like a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, why are they actually? I'm like kind of wondering why they immediately listen to this 12-year-old.
Well, I think that they're smart in the sense that they're not going to deny things right off the bat. They're gonna explore their options. So I actually think it's interesting that they don't write him off right away. They say like, well, if you do have evidence it's true, contact us. They give him his card, and Stan is quick to jump in and say like, he's just a kid with an overactive imagination. Don't take him seriously. And that obviously upsets Dipper. So Stan
takes he's just a kid and life is a nightmare.
He's just a kid. It's not fair.
Is that Simple Plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody cares because I'm alone in the world. So Stan confiscates the business card of the government agents, and he kind of puts it away in his
box of stuff,
box of things that also includes like a Tamagotchi in it. Some playing cards, Tamagotchi.
I actually never. I was about to say I missed Tamagotchi, but I never actually had one.
Really, I had a thing where like every time I would get one, I would lose it. And like I never.
My sister had a couple.
Always lost them.
I either when it came to like those like virtual pet things, I either did Neopets for a little bit or Webkins.
Yo, Neopets was so good.
Is Neopets still around?
Probably in some form. Yeah. I don't remember.
I just like playing the game. I didn't like taking care of a pet though. I just like playing the games. But I remember also like Webkins was fun because you actually had to go and like buy a stuffed animal and then you like registered it online. And I think you can only get it like Hallmark for like super expensive.
Right.
But
oh man, I wonder if my Neopets are still out there. I haven't met them in decades.
So they're probably dead.
They don't die. They just look really sad.
Wait, I thought Neopets died. Tamagotchis die.
Tamagotchis die. Neopets don't die.
You have to clean up their shit in Tamagotchis? I always forget.
Yeah. That was the thing.
Gravity Falls?
Gravity Falls. So, but now that the government agents are out of the way, it is time to partay.
We built this township on rock and roll. Danger Lane to highway town. Taking over Midnight Land for Sandra.
Listen, kid, you
That
do
looks
not
like
wanna
one of
hear
those
this
karaoke
voice
machines like
singing.
you got in the early
Trust me.
2000s.
Absolutely.
Karaoke isn't about sounding
There's better ones
good.
now.
It's about sounding
Or they're like
terrible
apps, right?
together.
I think
It's been a
they're all
while.
on YouTube now.
Check it out. These black lights make my teeth
That's
look
also
scary.
true.
Nice.
It's like a crime.
Oh my gosh, Mabel. Is that a boombox sweater?
See for yourself.
Poke.
I love it.
Why are all these parties 80s themed?
Sometimes you gotta do it.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be a rave. Thompson, take off your shirt and make it a rave.
I'll do anything for your approval. Oh, come on.
I promise I won't send it to anyone.
No, you will.
Teenagers.
One good eye and one good pie.
These kegs are full of meat.
Meat?
Tammy sends me the...
So the party is up and it is happening.
And it's again
bumping.
80s themed.
It's not 80s themed. It's just that Mabel isn't herself as 80s themed. Mabel's just an 80s themed person.
80s kind of fascinate me, and I also don't find them that interesting. Like, I mean, like an 80s power ballad.
Right.
It's the greatest kind of music ever.
It's true.
That is just accurate. But like everything else in the 80s, I mean, I know there's like some, important historical stuff that happened. Like, stuff.
Things. So what I like about the party scene is that it's fun. It's a lot of things. We also see the return of a lot of those like minor characters that are always popping up. The pool chick is there for some reason. Lazy Susan, Manly Dan. I like Tyler Cute Biker. He shows up. I'm not sure if you remember in his very first appearance, he's like deciding over the Puma shirt or the Panther shirt. He shows up at this party with both shirts cut and then sewn together. So it's those like little details that I really like.
That reminds me of like a piece of clothing that I wanted, but I don't really feel like getting to that right now.
Did you just buy both of them and then sew them together?
No, it's like
solution.
No, this was like Hot Topic.
Ooh. What's the Hot Topic?
Their display was like a mix between it was like a jacket, but it was a mix between like half Gryffindor and half Slytherin. And then like it was also like reversible one of the jackets, and I wanted it, so then I asked the guy, and it's like, oh, we just made that. That doesn't actually exist, and I was like.
Really?
Wild. Wouldn't you want that though?
Yeah, they're not my houses of choice, but
I think I've gotten like everything but Hufflepuff. I don't even know what I am really.
You're Divergent.
No, I don't want to be Divergent. Remember, the Divergent movies, they did just as well as Harry Potter.
They did so well. They definitely did not have to release one on, what was it, the TV?
Did they even do that?
Did they even release it at all?
I don't think they released it.
That was awkward.
Because I think Shailene Woodley was like, no, I'm done. And I'm like, good for you.
Oh, awkward. So anyway, yeah, a lot of Gravity Falls residents here. I mean, Kenny and Grenda show up. They came back after a couple episodes. Also, like, licking... Just like, I love their style. I just love the style. They're like, they told me girls just dress however the heck they want.
Yeah.
Which is just so much fun. Wendy is there, and Dipper is kind of agonizing that, he really wants to contact his agents. He thinks it's something that he wants to do, while Wendy plays around with the blacklight, because they have blacklight posters and they look kind of cool. And Wendy says like, oh, I think he keeps all his stuff in his room. You should just go in there and take it and then call up.
It's fine.
I'll keep an eye out for Stan. You go rustle through his weird old man biz.
Oh, is Wendy to get more involved?
All right, Grump.
Is this going to end exactly like Riverdale season 1?
Nothing.
And then continue on with whatever?
Ew. Pretending I never saw that.
It's called porn.
Oh.
I got it!
There's Tamagotchi in there. Nice.
No, don't call.
Hi, this is Dipper.
Go somewhere else.
Don't trust the government.
Oh no, I just said don't call him in Stan's room because then Stan will
I
find
have
you
that journal I
faster.
wanted to show you.
And you're certain?
Sorry, Dipper. I got distracted.
Kid, why did you call
Wendy.
those agents? Told you one time to go enjoy the rest of the party. Because when it's over, you're grounded.
Can't we just communicate?
What if we were open and honest with each other?
I mean, I probably assume that's gonna happen in like 6 or 7 episodes from now.
Wendy helps Dipper sneak into Stan's room. Dipper is able to
Find the box.
find the box. He gets the number and he calls them and says like, hey, I have the journal. I have evidence. Meet me at the Mystery Shack. But Stan jumps in and he's, he tries to tell Dipper that like, hey, like this stuff is all bogus. Shut up.
But here's the thing. That was Dipper's fault because he calls the government agency in Stan's room.
Right.
So that was your own damn fault.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that? You take the card, you get out of the room, and then you call them somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So, well, Dipper, he's smart, but also an idiot.
Yeah, I'm just like, Dipper, like, you're going to get caught if you stay. Like, the longer you stay in a place where you're not supposed to be, the more likely you're going to get caught.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, not the brightest bulb in the bunch. But we love him anyway.
Gordy, you clean up nice.
Who was, oh, is that the traumatized?
I'm traumatized.
You weird fool man.
He is a weird fool man.
Officer? Did you catch my face going 90 miles per hour? Welcome to your train.
I love it.
Guys, I'm so glad to see you. Working together, we can crack all the big questions of Gravity Falls. Trust me, this book is the lead you've been looking for. We're thinking full-scale investigation. Forensics, researchers. Do you guys have a helicopter?
Oh, then, oh, okay.
Helicopters.
That thinks that's not funny.
I can confirm. Not funny.
No, it's
Not
real,
that
I
funny.
swear.
Not gonna lie.
You should send it to the lab. Am I saying that right?
Your uncle.
Spells, listen! Corpus Levitus, Diablo, Dominus,
Expelliarmus.
Beastia.
I'm pretty sure he just said something about raising bodies.
Well,
Oh, that's scary.
A real, actual zombie.
Honey.
See? Spooky journal, 100% real. Whew. Good thing it was just that one. Oh my gosh. You guys can help, right?
Kid, we've been chasing the paranormal for years, but we've never seen anything like this before.
Get down!
so they did. So they did.
Yes. Maybe. The government agents come, they show up, and they meet with Dipper. They do want to hear him out. So Dipper kind of gives them the journal and says, like, hey, look, like he opens up and kind of says, hey, look through it. This is all the stuff. He tries to tell them the story about the journal and how it came to be. He's like, hey, I found this somewhere, blah, 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 blah. But of course, the journal has some things that, like, aren't super serious in them.
Well, there's like this weird kind of thing if you think about this, because they say we've been like looking into the paranormal, which like I get like can be assumed as like more alien based,
Right?
And this is like kind of want to put on our spectacles.
Our skepticals?
Skepticals.
Skepticals.
Like there's like some kind of like this weird mix of like maybe like paranormal versus magic, and like that's kind of like how do you mesh the two?
Right.
So it's like, oh, magic isn't real, but aliens are. I don't know how.
It's Gravity Falls always exists on that line between like the sci-fi and the magic.
And I mean the fact, like the thing with the Gravity Falls kind of handles it in the way that I kind of expected, which is kind of like, or not the way I expected, but the way I like it.
Yeah.
Which is like you're thinking about it. Here's what you should do.
Right.
Don't think about it.
Exactly.
So if you kind of like play that, I'm like, all right, you're forgiven. Or and if you do explain it, then it's like you need to be really specific about it. Like Marvel has basically the same thing, but they explain that it's all alien, just the way you interpret it.
Right.
So that's also okay. Mm-hmm. So like either like explain it in a reasonable way that kind of makes sense, like way people interpret it, or just say don't think about it. Shh. Jingly keys. Just jingle the keys.
Just jingle jangle. Jingle. Very good. So
Thank you. I don't even know the discussion I had.
So yeah, but the things in Gravity Falls are strange. For example, there's one that says like stomach-faced duck and leprechaun. Like they're just weird.
But somebody said it wasn't funny, and I'm like, I agree, it's not that funny.
But it's silly in a way that it feels like it's something that did come out of Mystery Shack, and like somebody took two things, just glued them together, and said like, this is a creature. Because that just the very nature of Gravity Falls is so ridiculous that it's difficult to believe, even if you see it with your own eyes. So Dipper gets upset because they're going away, like they're like, this is bogus, whatever. So Dipper gets desperate and he wants to be able to prove things are real. So he just flips through a page, says a magic spell. And,
he's like, mask, bada.
Yeah, something about
you said raising the dead, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, like something about like levitating.
Levitation. Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah. And then, Diablo Domine. And then I'm like, those are some Latin words that mean you're about to mess some stuff up. So, of course, naturally, the ground rips open and out comes a zombie.
Oh, I like the design of these zombies.
Yeah?
Like, they were like skeletal. And like, you don't see that much.
Right, because you can see I have a picture right here in front of me because they look like very emaciated, as in like kind of all their muscles run away, but there's still skin on there. Like they look like skeletons, and then you see like half their teeth are falling out. So they do look like bodies that have been like rotted.
I feel like in like live action zombie movie, like you don't do that because it's kind of expensive.
That's hard. It's hard to do.
That you need to do CGI with,
right?
Probably, which is like with other ones, it's like literally like. But I kind of like the idea of like. Like the video game The Last of Us, where like there was like a you know what I'm talking about?
I know the video game.
Okay, so like there's like a progression of like how the zombies work, because like the thing is like a mushroom disease,
right?
So it's like you are like a normal zombie who's like meh, and then you like get spores out of you. So I kind of like the progression of like if there's a zombie movie that exists like this, where like they look like humans but they're zombie like, and then as time goes on they get like thinner and then they become like skeletal zombies. Right. That seems like fun. I think maybe Warm Bodies did that.
I think Walking Dead has a degree of that as far as the show progresses.
Is that show gonna end soon?
God, I hope so. I don't really watch it, so actually I don't care.
I would want to watch it, but like maybe I think one day we're gonna have to cover Walking Dead, and I'll probably bite the bullet and watch all of it.
Oh, that's a lot. It's a long series.
I know, but I feel like if one day
I have seen the first episode a couple of times.
I've seen episodes.
I've seen like here and there and stuff.
They're zombies.
They're zombies. So the government agents are kind of freaked out because they've been researching paranormal for years but never actually have seen it. So they defeat one zombie and that's fine, but then a bunch more start popping up, and then it's a whole army of the undead.
And then they take government agents and then they're dead.
Yep. Rip. So that was fun while it lasted.
Don't they have guns?
It's a kid's show.
Don't they have water guns? Or the plant guns from Plants vs. Zombies?
What do you say, guys?
I think it's an earthquake. Hey, everybody, we gotta get out of here. We all
Aren't they kind of safe where they are in the earthquake sense?
They're under a bunch of trees, though.
Wait, no!
I forget. There's not many earthquakes here, so I don't know.
We don't. I've experienced one earthquake in the past 10 years.
So, yeah.
Dipper, what's the one thing I asked you not to do tonight?
Raise the dead.
And what did you do?
Raise the dead.
Sorry, 1 second. You gotta admit this is pretty cool.
It's true. It is kind of cool. And also terrifying.
They are kind of terrifying.
Oh,
Don't panic.
they're ready to party.
Maybe they're just a really ugly flash mob.
No.
With all the horror movies I've seen, I know literally everything there is to know about how to avoid zombies.
Oh no!
Second thought, gonna flip the script. Can I eat your brains? Yay or nay? Seeing some yay faces over here.
I don't think it's how zombie works, but I'm kind of okay with this.
Sue Zombie's the best kind of zombie, though.
Zeus is gonna be okay, though, right?
That'd be terrible if he wasn't.
Come on, Zeus! Sorry, dude, I just really want those brains.
The zombies have brains, eat them! That's cool.
Give it up, dudes. Your fighting only makes us look more rad.
What do we do?
Not wrong.
Darn kid. He has no idea what he's messing with.
Then tell him!
He's stubborn, that's his problem. Sort of like me, I suppose. I got too much on my mind to worry about those kids right now. All right, let's see.
Zombies.
Take that, sucker!
Nice.
This thing's a surprisingly good weapon.
True.
Maybe that'll hold them.
No.
Hey, dudes. By the way, I taught the zombies how to get into the fuse box. From these dudes, I'm like a genius. Get those brains, dog.
Oh, this is great.
Isn't there something?
So back at the party, it's zombie time. So Mabel's like having a good time. She says, "When I say Mabel, you say Pines." Except that zombies interrupt and then just start, messing things up.
Yeah.
So, well, first it feels like an earthquake, so everybody scatters, and then zombies show up, and then, it ensues. Stuff. Things happen.
And Stan's back in the basement doing a thing with the machine.
Right. Stan's taking this time right now to, work on whatever that machine is while all these zombie things are happening. Seuss is very confident. He says he's watched a bunch of zombie movies before. He's very prepared, and he's got this.
He gets bit.
And then he gets bitten and he turned into a zombie.
But he's like a Zeus zombie?
Seuss makes the best zombie because he's like he's like a weirdly self-aware zombie. And the fact that he's like, yo, I'm going to eat your brains. But like, just the clips that he comes up with are so good. I just really enjoy zombie Seuss.
Mm-hmm.
So Mabel and Dipper have to escape the zombies. They're running, and currently the journal doesn't have anything on how to defeat the undead, so they're just really trying to get away. They're trying to, board up the windows, get back in the shack, do all of this stuff.
No! Mabel, I'm sorry!
Dang, son!
Stan!
You two, attic, now!
Uncle Stan?
I said now!
Brass knuckles!
Else want a piece?
Hell yeah.
Can somebody cure?
I love this.
Can we cure Zeus though?
We should probably do that at some point.
Please and thank you.
Because it looks cool.
Oh, ow. Everything hurts.
That was amazing!
He's old,
Are you alright?
but he still kicks ass.
Well, at least you can't deny magic exists anymore, right?
Kid, I've always known.
What are you talking about?
I'm not an idiot, Dipper. Of course this town is weird. And the one thing I know about that weirdness is that it's dangerous. I've been lying about it to try to keep you away from it.
You had that
Try
work
to
out.
protect you from it.
You know what? Do you not understand 12-year-olds? You tell them
I
no.
didn't lie well enough.
So they're getting close here. Look, it's looking kind of hopeless for them. And then all of a sudden, Stan shows up.
Yeah.
Just to beat the shit out of some zombies.
Yeah.
And it is so good.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that scene. I love when Stan comes out because Stan is like a grandpa character, right? But
Well,
then
like
he's
at the end of it, he's like, everything hurts.
Right, when he first shows up, he has a bat and he's just kicking some zombies and he looks like very disheveled. He doesn't have the feds on. He's just like in it. So he just like looks like a badass, Mm-hmm. And some people who might be into like dad bods and stuff are probably into that. So somebody thinks it's hot. So yeah, so Stan steps in. He's the adult here. He's beating up all these zombies. He tells Dipper and Mabel to get up to the attic.
And I thought for a second, because look where the light was, I thought for a second that they went into the basement.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, we're actually going to discover this now?
Right.
Okay.
That'd be really fast, yeah.
I don't think it'd be fast because you don't know how long the machine's going to take to do the thing.
Right.
So I was thinking they're going to find out Stan has this machine.
Right.
And then they'll get the memory wipe thing from Men in Black. That doesn't exist in Gravity Falls or with the government? Even in real life, it doesn't exist?
Real life, that's a good question. Gravity Falls, also a good question.
Is Will Smith not actually a Men in Black agent?
He's not?
Oh, I don't know.
We're watching you. We're watching you, Will Smith.
Because remember, he is very charming.
He's very charming. He's very charming.
He could trick us.
Don't fall for his tricks.
But he seems so nice.
So in the attic of the the Mystery Shack. They are able to stay there for a while. Stan comes in, and Dipper kind of makes kind of a half-hearted joke where he's like, "Hey, guess you can't say this isn't real anymore." And Stan finally comes clean to a degree and says well, of course it's all real. It takes an idiot to realize that Gravity Falls isn't
that's
full
what my
of
thing
stuff.
was. He's been living here for God knows how long. You have to believe something. That's why I kind of always felt like Wendy knew a little, and Zeus knew a little bit. Because I'm like, if you live somewhere long enough and a bunch of weird shit happens, you're gonna know about it,
right?
I mean, granted, I think this show gets away with it because many of the characters in the show are idiots.
They're stupid, yeah. So it's okay, they just don't see it, or they're so used to it. They don't realize
what
it's
if
weird.
there's some kind of weird air thing in Gravity Falls that makes most of the people stupid, so that they don't realize what's going on, and some people are immune to it. It's like the spell in Beauty and the Beast with the memory wipe.
Oh, don't get me started on Beauty and the Beast.
No, but even in the animated one, that's the only thing that makes sense if you think about it. That's why I didn't mind it, because I'm why else would they forget that they had a king? Mm-hmm. So that actually made sense.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about Beauty and the Beast. You know what I want to talk about? Gravity Falls. So,
Beauty and the Beast.
No. So, but yeah, I really like this moment of Stan finally being well, of course it's real. I was just he just wants to protect them, but Stan is an idiot and doesn't realize that that's not how you treat 12-year-olds.
You be honest with them.
Right. That they're if you try to push them away for something, they're just going to be more interested in it. Mm-hmm. So Stan hasn't figured that out. He just thought that by playing it off as by downplaying it and everything else, that it was gonna push them away from it, and it did quite the complete opposite.
Yes.
But so we do know now that of course Stan knows about all the goings on at Gravity Falls, and he was just putting on a face.
Wait! The text! It's glowing in the black light.
What?
Ooh! Why is there the lights in there, though?
All the journal's secretness. Previously thought to be invincible, their skulls can be shattered by a perfect three-part harmony. Three-part harmony? How can we create that? I have a naturally high-pitched scream.
I can make noises with my body, sometimes intentionally.
Boys, I think you're both missing the obvious solution. Hello? Testing on? Zombies and gentlemen! I'm Mabel, they're Dipper and Stan, and together we're Love Patrol Alpha!
I
Hell
never
yeah.
agreed to that name.
Hit it!
What's the song?
Taking Over Midnight by Ampersandra.
Mabel, we're live.
Gonna party till dawn. Don't worry, Daddy. I've got my favorite dress on. Mabel, this is stupid.
We're rolling to the party.
I'm wondering what the song's based off. You know how
Sounds like girls just want to have fun.
then why is it? No, it doesn't. It sounds like most 80s music, which I'm okay with.
We have to sing together or it won't work.
We're taking over tonight. Oh, girls do what we like.
Does this mean Zeus is gonna die, or because he's not an actual zombie? Does it cure him?
I think Tim's watching TV.
I don't get how that works, but whatever.
This is great.
Thank you. We'll be here all night.
Deal with it, zombie idiots! Pine!
Just somebody cure Zeus.
But while they're also in the attic, they're able to discover that, the journal looks like it stops and there's just a bunch of blank pages on it. But with the black light from the party, they actually, a lot of it is written in invisible ink.
Which is clever.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think the journal says something about, hey, it was, unsafe to, continue writing, so I'm just going to write in secret now. Mm-hmm. So using that, they're able to find the answer of how to defeat the zombies, which is a perfect three-part harmony. Mm-hmm. Which brings us back to the title of the episode, Scary-oke, which is they take out the karaoke machine.
Like a 2000s karaoke machine.
It's very 2000s with some 80s pop hits.
I don't even know if I ever owned a karaoke machine. Mm-hmm. I think I just bought Wii games that we can get a microphone. Mainly Disney.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I had any ones with real. I know I had a Disney one with classic Disney music. I had a couple High School Musical ones because of course.
Yeah, that's true. High School Musical was good. So they put on the song "Taking Over Midnight" by Amber Sandra. Everybody knows that classic artist.
Song? I like the thing is like if you have a parody of like different songs, I'd like to know what they're actually like what the parody is.
To me, I thought it was "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
That doesn't sound like it though.
It's not even just it's more the lyrics about like
I guess, but like when you like "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," like that's not a good like changing title to "Dancing in Midnight." What was the dance?
"Taking Over Midnight."
Yeah, like that's like not a good like that sounds like a weird like parodies like title for "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
Yeah, so
it might just be like "Women Just Want to Be Chill."
Yeah, so I'm going to look at the article here. It says if it's what it's based off of, but to me, because it's the...
it sounds like a generic 80s power ballad.
Right, well, I just thought, here are the couple lyrics that made me think that, where it says, Friday night, we're going to party till dawn. Don't worry, Daddy, I got my favorite dress on. Which, wake up in the middle of the night, my father says, what you gonna do with your life? That's like why I drew that. And also the, what's the line about the... boys are a bore. Let's show them the door. Great. Just
that's not in Girls Just Want to Have Fun, though.
But it's yeah. But it's more of it's like it's a song about girl power, basically. Not girl power, but like girls having fun.
I don't know. That doesn't seem like a decent. I know it's like, but like with like a parody, like you're gonna sound close to it. Mm-hmm. Like like the like Weird Al stuff kind of sounds close enough,
right?
So. Is there any other parody musicians besides Weird Al?
Probably on the internet.
But like quality ones like Weird Al?
Probably on the internet. But I don't listen.
Nobody's as good as him, though.
It's true. He does it best. So they are able to, using their karaoke skills, defeat the zombies in time for sunrise.
Yes.
And
so they weren't zombies that could die in sunlight?
No, I don't think so.
I guess you know what? I just realized that like I think like the closest thing I could think of with like some zombies kind of looking like that is a little bit it was an Evil Dead. Mm-hmm. I think with them they would like die in sunlight. I think. I don't remember. We should watch Evil Dead. You need to watch a horror movie eventually.
Eventually.
Evil Dead.
Okay.
It's not that scary.
Hey, wait.
It's not that scary. Well, you don't mind gross stuff, right?
Depends.
It'll be fine.
I'm scared. So they are able to defeat the zombies, and then we go back to the shack is kind of trashed.
It happens.
It's a mess, so they have to kind of repair it. But before that...
I'm sorry about this, guys. I totally ruined everything.
Dipper, are you kidding me? I got to sing karaoke with my two favorite people in the world.
Aww.
No part.
I don't know what I'd do with myself if you got hurt on my watch. I'll let you hold on to that spooky
Did you not see
journal,
season
as
1?
long as you promise me you'll only use it for self-defense and not go looking for trouble.
Okay, as long as you promise me that you don't have any other bombshell secrets about this town.
Promise.
Promise.
He's still a zombie.
Holy Moses!
Wait! There's a page in here about curing zombification. It's gonna take a lot of formaldehyde.
Ooh, and cinnamon.
Come on, Zeus. Let's fix you up.
Brains.
Zeus, cut it out.
Sorry, dude.
Can't believe it. All this time, the author's secrets were hiding in plain sight. A whole new chapter of mysteries to explore.
Next one, the bunk into.
I haven't seen anything like it.
Oh.
Then we'll make them believe us. This is the town we've been searching for.
Ruh-roh.
Another zombie!
Drop your weapon! Drop your weapon!
Oh, okay. It's just a who's that guy?
A very ugly man.
He is a very ugly
Wait,
man.
there was a skull there.
There was a picture of something. I wonder what that could be. You know, Dipper kind of apologizes because, you know, his one task for the night was not to raise the dead, and then he raised the dead.
He hurt Mabel's feelings.
So Stan agrees to let Dipper keep the journal, but, you know, asks him that he doesn't keep looking for trouble, but, like, he's gonna, obviously.
But also, Dipper makes a promise to Stan, or, like, asks, like, you're not gonna keep any more big secrets from me, right?
No more bombshell secrets. And Stan says no. Which we know. And
that just means you break a promise, right? Even though not really, because you could just, like, I don't get that.
It's like, yeah, you're not
I like that as like a symbol for a show where like, cause like that's an obvious symbol, but like it indicates like, oh yeah, like I'm not gonna break it. But like even like today, you can say you promise and then just break your promise.
Yeah.
You're a dick.
Because the word means nothing now.
You're a dick, but still.
So Seuss is still a zombie, but there's a way in the journal to fix him, so they're just
formaldehyde and cinnamon.
Yeah, lots of formaldehyde
and cinnamon.
Probably for the smell. God, I hate the smell of formaldehyde.
I think I actually like it. I'm really weird.
Really?
Well, there was like I think like I was at work yesterday, and I think there was some paint fumes, and it actually smelled kind of good. But I also
paint. I don't mind.
I like the smell of like chalk whiteboard cleaner. Like that smells, which like I know you shouldn't actually smell, or like Sharpies. I like that smell, but I don't go around like. I'm just like if it's like open, then I smell it. I'm like that's nice. I mean, it's not. I mean, I prefer to smell like a plate of chocolate chip cookies,
right?
Or like a panini, like burnt cheese.
Panini, yo, a panini. Hell yeah! So
now I need a panini maker.
I know. Buy us a panini maker.
What?
Said buy us a panini maker.
Patreon. We might actually have something on Patreon soon.
Yay! That'd be exciting. So we kind of end the episode that with the agents aren't dead. So Mr. Powers and Trigger, they were just in a ditch somewhere. They come out and they think that maybe people won't believe them, but Gravity Falls is indeed the town that they are looking for. So we're not quite sure what that means. But
I'm assuming we'll find out by the end of the season.
Yeah, so that's about the whole episode. What did you think, Dara?
I liked it. I thought, like, honestly, nothing was going to be revealed or found out, or, like, nobody was going to find out anything this episode, so I kind of like something came up.
Right.
And, like, it kind of seems like, I don't know if Sam's going to be, like, more honest with them. Definitely not about what he's doing. But at least, like, there's some kind of growth.
Right.
I guess. The zombies look cool. I like them. I kind of like where the season's going, where it seems like it's going to be more of an arc, and I'm going to want to know what's like, because like sometimes like with standalone episodes, like it's kind of like can we get back to this thing that was actually interesting,
right?
And that kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to the season.
Yeah, I think that sets up the season really well. I'm just looking back at it. I think this does a really good job of bringing that mystery to the forefront and saying, not just the thing that we kind of were talking about, was kind of sitting in the back of our minds, but now we're finally bringing it forward and saying like, hey, this is something that we really have to start looking at now.
I guess my concern is that movie is going to be less Mabel.
Yeah, she's still.
I know, but she's still
a mystery twin.
Deborah was like the forefront of the mystery thing. So it's like kind of like Mabel didn't do much mystery stuff. So it's kind of like, is she gonna ever? Is there gonna be an episode where like it's like her story but some mystery?
That's a really good question
because we know Mabel is perfect.
Yeah, Mabel. Listen, Mabel is always gonna be, just a main character, and so we're never gonna get rid of Mabel.
I didn't think we were gonna get rid of her. I thought she was gonna like, especially in the final season, that was like if she just like was on the back end.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay.
I think I can confidently say that.
Yeah, but you couldn't confidently say there was gonna be no more Gideon.
Did I? I didn't confidently say that.
You didn't, but still, I was upset. I mean, granted,
you just heard what you wanted to hear.
The little bit that we saw of him was fine. Like it was just like a shot and then like a puppet
of him in jail.
So that's fine as long as like. He doesn't become. My thing is like I just don't want him to be like the villain again.
Right.
Can you confidently say that he's not the villain again?
No.
Dang it.
No, I meant I can confidently say it like I know as in he's not.
He's not going to be a villain again.
No.
Yeah, but your eyes are shifting.
I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I watched this season. But yeah, I this is an episode I really like. When this episode first came out, I was like, all right, I was really excited for it. I really like this episode. I love the I was just really waiting for that reveal and payoff of Stan telling the kids like, yeah, of course I know about all the weird stuff going on here. Duh. I mean, of course Stan still has more to hide, but it was that final like breaking of, because I think for me, I always think stories are more fun when like everybody's like involved, like once everybody's aware. When everybody's aware, yeah. Once everybody's like letting on a secret, I think that's when a lot of the fun stuff can. I think build up to people hiding a secret can be fun, but once that is like out there, I think it's just so much more fun.
Well, to bring us back up, and that's what was probably really good about Stranger Things, is that like fairly early on in the first season, everybody knew it was like something was odd going on, whether or not they were talking about it or not.
Yeah.
But like you can understand why like the adults weren't telling the kids about it.
Right.
And even like with what's his name? What's the sheriff's name? Harper?
That's the actor.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like
Hopper. Yeah.
With like him, like even by like episode 3 of season 1, like he knew like, all right, something weird's going on.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So like, that was the fun thing about that show. And then I'll watch the next 2 seasons eventually.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. Yeah,
I know.
But yeah, so like I said, I really enjoyed this episode. I was really excited to get to this one. So on the second time around, I still felt, even though I knew what was going to happen, I still kind of felt that payoff. I still kind of felt like, okay, we got to this point now where like we're finally like things are moving now.
We got to a point.
Things are moving. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to go through some trivia. Ready for trivia
of Gravity Falls.
It's a lot to talk about. All right. There's a new backwards message at the end of the theme song. It says, I don't know how to say that. Visionaire? Which is the new credit cipher.
Is it Latin?
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
I don't know. Visionaire.
Vision?
Visionaire. I'm not sure. So in the credits, the name of Agent Powers' voice actor, Nick Offerman, is replaced with Key Visionaire. That's cool. At one point, so when Stan is getting ready for the machine, he puts on gloves, and so we see that the gloves have 6 fingers on them because there's a finger that's like missing. So that kind of contributes to the thing that we see. Well, on the journal, it's a 6-finger hand. So
Stan's the author, or he knows the author.
Why?
Because he had the glove. Or
like the glove was in the it's in the basement. Yeah.
For a while, I was thinking like Stan might act because like the 30-year thing with both of with like the author and Stan. I kept thinking he might be the author.
Okay.
And I know they said the 6-finger thing, but like that could either was like a team.
Okay.
With like a buddy of his who also had 6 fingers, like they both wrote the journal, or like they just knew each other. Or like, are we even assuming that it was a man who wrote the journal?
I feel like he pronouns are used enough where I think the assumption
is.
But
what if that's just a way? What if that's just a way to hide the actual author, who's maybe a lady or a mouse?
Oh, that would be. Yes, that would be exciting. That would have been a fun bait and switch.
Oh, so that's not it?
I'm just saying it would be a fun bait and switch.
All right.
So, let's see. What is... hold on. Oh, okay. A Visionaire cipher is a series of Caesar ciphers where each letter shift depends on a key word. Visionaire ciphers use a Visionaire square like the one below. Okay. So it's like one letter equals one letter. Okay. Interesting. Huh. So it's like a more complicated cipher. That's very exciting. I love this kind of stuff. Let's see.
Because Cailin's a conspiracy nut.
Okay. So the Latin incantation Dipper recites to raise the dead translates to body rise, Lord Devil conquer the world.
So Satan?
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Let's see. Here's some of the cryptograms. During the end credits of this episode, there's a cryptogram that reads, once decoded with the Visionaire cipher, reads, welcome back. So that's exciting.
Thank you.
There's a cipher on Gideon's prison cell wall that translates to whittle.
Whittle?
Whittle me. There's a lot of ciphers on here. Let's see. Okay. On the satellite footage of Gravity Falls that the agents are looking at, there are numbers at the bottom that say, it's a bunch of numbers once they are translated correctly. It says, search for the ... On the bottom of Dipper's Big Mysteries board, written on the board frame itself, there's a cryptogram that translates to, why is Wendy so perfect?
That's a good question.
That's the real question.
I don't even think she's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
Let's see. At the leprechauns section, there are 2 cryptograms. One says "Watch out," and the other one says "Kill me, please."
How much time do you do invest to actually like go into all of this?
It's What to put it in the show or to translate it once it's out?
No, to put it in the show makes sense because like that's your job. But like this feels like a lot, and like it's fun to like.
So we saw there was a page at the end, a little thing with a skull that showed up. There are ciphers on there. If you put this through the ciphers, it translates to, "The man downstairs is very clever. Can he hide his plans forever?"
No.
Probably not. We're going to guess not. All right. So I think that's all we have for Scary-oke. Any other final thoughts, Dara? We've been talking about this for a while now. All right. So are we good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we're good with that, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll come back with episode 2, which is Into the Bunker. Stay tuned.
That wasn't even a recording. That would have been pure gold.
Nope.
Our discussion on Playhouse Disney and Nick Jr.
It was a good discussion.
Oh, Oswald. That was Nick Jr. though.
Oswald? Yeah. Oswald, I think, was like a little like...
That was like right at the end for us. But I can't remember there was like this game where you could like... I think it was like a thing where because he had the friends who was like... He was an octopus. And then he had a penguin friend. And then a flower friend.
And he had a hot dog.
Wiener.
His dog was literally
there was like this game where you could like prepare like food for the buddies because they were like at a restaurant. And I remember the penguin had like spaghetti and sardine meatballs. So like basically it was like a meatball, but like it was a sardine in it because penguin. But do you remember like all the games from like I think it was like Phil of the Future had like that one where like Pim had to work in the cafeteria, so she basically just like sprayed food.
Oh yeah.
Also, I want all the gadgets from Phil of
the Future.
I want all the stuff from there, especially the spray food.
Never knew in history is where we would land. Now it's Phil of the Future.
There's so many weird stuff. Also, like there's like the idea that like in 100 years we're not gonna have pinky toes anymore. And I don't know if that's exactly how evolution works. I know like the rule is that like if you don't use
like a theory.
But if you don't use something long enough, eventually like the next few generations are just gonna be born without it.
Vestigial.
I think that's how. Yeah, I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's 100 years.
It's probably longer than that. Yeah.
Like 1,000.
Yeah, it's tricky because it's science, and I don't know shit about science.
We could learn.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe.
We're not going to.
Yeah. So maybe we should get started.
I guess.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.